know what? Let's just get to this, Jesse. I want to rant about this. This makes me angry, quite frankly. 49ers just don't seem to care about the cornerback position. Kyle Shanahan, even Robert Saleh back in the day acknowledged this, that the team just doesn't want to take a cornerback high. The highest they've ever taken a cornerback is pick 66 with Ahkello Witherspoon, who's not even on the team anymore. Then the next highest pick is 102. I was going over this with Grant yesterday, Jesse, and this is something I've really focused on in diving into statistics. You can't get a good cornerback outside of the top 40 picks, it seems. I mean, really. With cornerbacks, it seems like the assessment isn't as hard because, quite frankly, you just need to be able to cover players. You look at all the guys who were taken this year. If I'm going to be taking a cornerback, the main thing I care about isn't how tall he is, isn't how fast he runs. It's when I put on the tape and he plays the best wide receivers in college football, what's the separation like? How close is he to them? And does he stay with them? So I just don't understand why this team doesn't seem to value the position at all. And I was looking at this. This is another thing I want to bring up before I let you talk for a second, Jesse. I'm sorry, but
no, you're good. Rant away. I'm all about it. I'm all ears. I'm listening just like everybody else.
I was looking at Football Outsiders, right? Reading this article all about cornerbacks, positional value, all that kind of stuff. I want to read this off for you.
Okay.
They took the last 5 years of drafts, and not this past year, 2015 to 2020, and they looked at how many of the rookie cornerbacks selected were actually starting, and they were able to chart them out and give them grades, and they had enough snaps to be able to see how well they were doing, right? Of the first round players selected, 80% of them qualified for that, and they were on the field. You know how many were in the second round? 35%. And then if you go to the third round, it's 25%. So the dramatic drop-off that happens at the cornerback position is insane. And teams, I don't understand these teams who think that if they get pressure and if they have all these great edge rushers, oh yeah, that'll just help our corners out. That'll help our secondary out. We're absolutely fine with that. No, I want to take the Bill Belichick, the Miami Dolphins model, get as many good corners as possible. I don't understand why the 49ers don't do this. If I was running a team, of course I would care about defensive line on defense, but more than anything, I would want to have as many good corners as possible. And I mean, the biggest investment this team has ever made and this regime has ever made in the position at all was Richard Sherman. And then beyond that, they were like, we're okay. And Jason Verrett's there, and that's great. But they kind of stumbled into Jason Verrett, let's be frank. I mean, if he didn't happen last season, what would that secondary look like? It would be atrocious. I mean, seriously.
We saw exactly what would have happened. Go back to that Miami game. That's all you need to know.
Oh my God.
That's all you need to know. And you're right. I mean, okay. Cornerback to me is the most athletic position in all of sports. All of sports. Not football. Everything that I can think of. Being a corner takes the most athleticism to be great at it. Okay. You have to be smart. You have to be able to run backwards. There's so many things that go into it. And so it doesn't surprise me that after that first round, you have a heavy drop off. We don't have a first round pick for the next 2 years. So how are we going to recoup? I don't know. I mean, are we going to continue to stream corners and pick up old free agents and limp by year after year after year? Next year, is it going to be Gilmore when he's 32, 33? Is that going to be the pickup? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. You're absolutely right. We have, not only do we not have a lot of prime A talent there, but we don't have a lot of depth there. So we're hurting ourselves in both areas. And the fact that they're not desperately trying to add another corner at this point blows my mind. That was my biggest gripe with the offseason. I could not give it an A because 2 reasons. One, we didn't get a good corner, a young corner in free agency. And then when it came to the draft, what did we do? We completely botched and pushed the position off again. We had multiple chances to get very good corners. Very good corners could have fallen to us in round 2, and we didn't do it.
You know who was available at 43? My guy, Asante Samuel Jr. I mean, the 49ers had all these options.
Aaron Robinson was there.
In free agency this year, there's so many corners available too. That's what I don't understand about what this team is doing. they don't seem to respect the position at all. I mean, I think you and I do, quite frankly, more than Kyle Shanahan does. I don't understand it. And with the league going more and more towards passing, having good corners is as important as it's ever been. And the 49ers just seem to be like, nah, we're good.
No big
we'll
deal.
Be fine. We're okay. I mean, I don't want to be okay at corner. If I'm building my defense, I want to have one of the best secondaries in the NFL. I don't understand this, and I want to